Hello, I'm Professor Glenn Finger, and it's my pleasure to work with you in Module 5, which focuses on design thinking. In this particular video, we'll discuss the design process, process and production skills, and how these find expression in the technologies learning area, and in particular in the digital technologies subject area. I'd like you also to continue to refer to the curriculum section that Jason's provided in the course introduction. We'll discuss design briefs, and I'll conclude the video with a final word. So I hope that you're enjoying the online professional development course to date, and you've worked with Jason on modules 1 to 4, in which Jason's helped you with developing understandings of strategic thinking, futures thinking, systems thinking, and computational thinking. And there's a whole range of ideas there that are excellent. So X problems and X solutions, and forecasting and moonshot thinking, and entrepreneurial thinking, and so on. And I'd like you to be able to draw upon those as we work through module 5 as well, and how module 5 might be informed by those. So importantly, again, I just want to highlight, going back into the course introduction, Jason's provided these kinds of resources around curriculum in the introductory part of the course, and I encourage you to go back to these and try to see how the expectations for your year bands are articulated in those, and also the conceptualisations about the digital technologies subject area. A highly recommended site throughout this particular module that I encourage you to go to is the Digital Technologies Hub. You'll find it useful for digital technologies generally, but in particular for this module, if you go to the sequencing, the curriculum section of the site, you'll find 6 videos with Associate Professor James Curran, and these complement this particular module superbly. In a relatively new subject area like digital technologies, it's important that we develop a shared and common language and understanding. And that common and shared language and understanding and set of expectations around this relatively new subject area needs to be developed across year levels, within a school, across the system, and importantly, it needs to be understood by our students and also our parents and caregivers who are part of that team working with our young people. In the course introduction, Jason has also provided the glossary from Akara, and if in doubt about the definition of a particular term or some of the language in the digital technologies subject area, again, it's provided for you to refer back to in this module as well. So design thinking there in the glossary is defined as involving the use of strategies for understanding design needs and opportunities, visualising and generating creative and innovative ideas, planning, and analysing and evaluating those ideas that best meet the criteria for success. In section 5.1, the resources section of this particular module, you'll find some models that we've selected around design thinking and design thinking processes, and I'd encourage you to have a look at those, and you might wish to select some key ideas that resonate well with you from those ways of considering design thinking. So the design process, and this is really critically important for this module to understand how we define that. It's the process that typically involves investigating and defining, generating and designing, producing and evaluating, and collaborating and managing to create a design solution. And it needs to consider social, cultural and environmental factors. Now, what are the similarities between the design process in the design and technologies subject area and the digital technologies subject area, and how is the design process distinctly different in the digital technologies subject area? And one way of looking at that is that the design and technologies subject area focuses on creating design solutions in a range of contexts. The digital technologies subject area focuses on a set of process and production skills that lead to creating digital solutions. In terms of curriculum structure, then you can see that design process articulated in terms of creating digital solutions by defining, designing, implementing, evaluating, collaborating and managing. And we need to understand digital systems, representation of data. You've probably seen this conceptualisation, and it's an excellent conceptualisation around process and production skills, and this has informed the design of this particular module. So the next topic, topic 5.2 in this module, looks at investigating and defining. Topic 5.3 looks at generating and designing. Topic 5.4 looks at implementing, and topic 5 looks at testing and evaluating. And you can see how evaluating occurs right throughout defining, designing and implementing, and so too does collaborating and managing. Just to show the importance of collaborating, the Year 5 and 6 achievement standard, which I've pulled out as an example, clearly requires our students to work on collaborative digital projects. So, design briefs are very exciting indeed, and I've seen some wonderful design briefs and design challenges over time where students are engaged and motivated, in fact inspired to pursue their solution to the particular design brief. In setting up a design brief, we need to understand it's a concise statement clarifying a project task, defining a need or opportunity to be resolved after some analysis, investigating and some research. Importantly, it usually identifies the users, the criteria for success, and this is elaborated upon and specified very early, not at the end point of a design process. The constraints, the available resources, which can also include human resources, and the time frame for the project, and it may also include possible consequences and impacts. So to conclude this video with a final word, I'd like you to please refer to the resources on design thinking that are provided for you in Module 5.1. Again, to encourage you and stress, my highly recommended resource in here is the Digital Technologies Hub, Sequencing the Curriculum. There are 6 videos, and for Module 5, particularly if you go to videos 4, 5 and 6, you'll see how they complement this particular module. There are also some very brief activities in Module 5.1, some activities for you there. And throughout the module, as we work through the different components of the module, there'll be a 24-item quiz at the end of Module 5, which I hope you're able to master. In relation to Module 5 on design thinking, one of the activities will ask you to please share a practical example suitable for your year levels in the following format. And what I like is an approach of collective self-efficacy to be built. And I value greatly the wisdom of teachers who, I have to say, are my heroes in their schools and school communities, working with our nation's young people. And I think it's a very valuable, respectful approach where teachers share really practical examples. So we can talk about curriculum, we can talk about assessment, we can talk about pedagogical approaches, but how they find various renditions in a classroom through models of pedagogical excellence is needing to be shared. So I'd ask you, in one of the activities you'll see, and you can start thinking about this early, is that you'll be asked to share a practical example suitable for your year level or year levels in the following format. So it's very brief, just a practical example, a design thinking summary in two or three sentences. That might be your design brief that you want to share. Outline some resources that you've used and or you'd recommend, and remember that can be robotics, it can be software program, it can be the digital or the unplugged, and it can be human resources as well. And lastly, what I value with working with you is any wisdom or advice for other teachers about why it worked. what your advice is to help to make this a success. I look forward to working with you in the subsequent videos and right throughout this module, and thank you very much.